Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
We are done.
I've had some
Getting
sort
closer and closer to being done.
No, let's explain. There's a rotation of commercials, and it's just changed this week.
And
so
Don hadn't figured it out yet.
he's the one that changed it.
I changed it, and I can't follow my own rules.
No.
From Studio A in Texas, USA, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, we speak with Bill Klehm about upgrades to America's truck stops.
All right.
That ought to be fun. We'll have the upcoming events calendar. Mars reviews the new Kia Kona. Is that the plug-in or is that the electric?
It's a plug-in hybrid.
Okay. And later, we'll have the latest on the UAW strike, plus the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad you could join us on this Saturday. As confusing. Well, and you know what it is.
Go Astros.
I'm so excited about Astros this afternoon. And we also have beautiful weather. The temperatures, it's not 108 today. Yay.
And, of course, we have...
No, don't do that.
Do it.
No, don't do it.
I'm sorry, I can't hit.
Yeah. No. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Boomer Sooner. No. Roll Tide.
Have they won a game this year?
Roll Tide's on this afternoon.
They're like 0-50 or something, aren't they?
OU, they're 5-0.
Oh.
Texas is 5-0. It's going to be a good game. Red River rivalry.
Yeah. What time is that?
Noon. Starts at 11.
Starts at 11.
Yep. So
Okay.
as soon as the show's over, I'm headed for the house to watch the show.
So is there a
football
radio
game.
station that covers that?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
You serving
Well,
hors
in
d'oeuvres
Texas,
or
we
anything?
just have to find it. Because they wouldn't be carrying OU here in Houston.
What snacks do you
No,
have? during the
it'll be
game?
on the Texas Longhorn Network.
Or ABC.
But
Or ABC, yeah.
Well, what radio station carries the Texas Longhorn Network?
The one I listen to.
Yeah. Which one is that?
The one that carries the game.
Which one? What's name?
It's the one that's on his radio station.
Yeah, over there in Hooterville.
I want to know what kind of snacks you have, like tofu when you watch an OU game, or
No. OU's, they eat beef. They eat bevo.
Bevo.
They eat bevo.
They eat bevo.
That's good.
That was a good one.
Oh my God! All right, well, shall we move on now?
Yes. Go blue.
Bill Klehm, CEO of eBliss. Bill, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing okay. Thanks for getting up and talking to us on a Saturday morning.
No problem. You guys are looking like you're having way more fun than I am. So,
Well, yes, we are
take your
actually.
time.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
So,
Yeah.
what snacks are you serving at the OU game?
yes. And do they come from the truck stop that we're going to talk
There
about?
you go.
Yeah, I don't know. No, tacos is what I'm going to be doing, I think.
There you
Taco?
go.
Okay,
We
well,
can live with that.
I will have to tell you that, it's been a while since I've actually been in a real legitimate truck stop like Pilot or what
Petro.
Loves.
any of those. It's been a while.
Because they don't let trucks in at Buc-ee's.
I know, and I'm a big Buc-ee's fan, so there's that. But you're talking about truck stops, real truck stops where the men go.
Yeah,
Am I-
it's interesting because you just look at Buc-ee's is a great example. I know those guys, and they've done an amazing job kind of reinventing the roadside stop. Who knew that Walmart could look like a Buc-ee's store with a weird, gopher on the front of it, and everybody
The
on
beaver.
the planet.
Not a gopher.
I know.
Gee
I
whiz.
said that on purpose.
We're done.
Well, they're not a sponsor
But
anymore, so
they
we're
do
done.
make a hell of a
what the heck?
taco.
Yeah, we had them. They were paying us millions of dollars to be on, but they just said, no, we're not going to be on with those goofballs.
That show wasn't called Leave It to Gopher.
That's right. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Sorry.
But moving on.
So what happens when you take the late guest spot?
That's right. This is what happens because we've been up a while, as you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell. No more coffee for you guys.
That's exactly right. So, first of all, tell me what eBliss does.
So eBliss, what we do is we're an OEM for electric products, driving products, but south of cars. So we don't make things that are DOT approved. Today we make e-bikes. That's what we do today. But you will see us making other things kind of up the food chain a little bit, going towards automotive. So as we think about, as I look at the market and we look at the market as a team, there's an enormous consumer demand for alternatives for vehicles, right? Everybody is, especially for these short drives. And so what we're doing is filling that need by building products and services associated with that. The other thing we're doing differently is we will be distributing those through automotive franchise dealerships. So we just announced last week on Auto Week, we've signed 45 dealerships that will be rolling out e-bikes and e-mobility products into. So we believe that the U.S. auto dealer network is the most advantaged economic distribution system in the world for transportation. So we're going to drop our stuff in the middle of that.
Very good.
And especially it's good timing for you with the auto UAW strike, and they're going to run out of inventory of cars. They can sell your eBliss products.
Yeah, and think about it, right? The auto dealers are in transition. Last year, 17,000 auto dealers, $1.7 trillion of revenue. Just take a step back and think about that. That's bigger than Russia, right? That is a GDP bigger than most countries, and that's just the auto dealer network. So as we think about this is a huge set of balance sheets, to your point, that are going to struggle over the next few years with availability of vehicles, quite frankly, changing consumer demand, the electrification, stuff that's going on that we talked about last time I was on here. That those things are going to change auto dealers. So while we're in the middle of this change, we establish them as our channel of distribution.
So you're going to help them change.
That's kind of the game plan. But as I kind of look around, so I decided to do something silly and I bought an F-150. So please don't look down on me for that. But I decided to do that. If I'm going to run an e-mobility company, I was going to do that. And I've taken 4, I would say, extending rides in that vehicle. And I would tell you that the charging infrastructure is not ready for convenient cross-country trip in an electric vehicle. That's for sure.
Well, you're not going to get any argument out of us.
Is that what put you into the truck stops?
Yeah, that's so when I think about this, as I look at this, and Buc-ee's was a great example, right? Those guys understood that there was an offering that was missing for consumers to ride down the road and get nice bathrooms, right? That was their opening salvo to the marketplace, clean bathroom. But now when you look at it, as a guy that's driven, like I said, made 3 attempts to make long distance drives in an electric vehicle, truck stops are a perfect place to be able to put these charging stations in. And in my opinion, the faster they can get charging stations everywhere, think about how many gas stations are out there versus electric charging stations. It is such a big number that, truck stops, I think, are the perfect opportunity to be able to make that happen.
Why do you think that over, say, your instant little convenience store down the street?
I think one, you're going to be able to put enough of them in. So you're going to be able to put 5, 10, 15 of those down to really make an impact. By the way, I'm not opposed to the convenience store down the street, but the electric infrastructure to put one of those charging stations in, you're actually better served if you put 2 or 3 or 4 of them right next to each other, because it's kind of like building a wind turbine, right? Everybody wants to build the biggest ones because once you build the base, most of your cost is in it. Same thing goes in electric charging infrastructure. There is a economy of scale of putting those in, and those truck stops have enormous parking lots and again, easy in and out. It would make it very convenient for consumers, 5, 10, 15 of these to be able to get their vehicles charged. That would be a heck of a lot more convenient than the experiences I've had.
Well, plus, and at the truck stop, you might have a reason to spend 15, 20, 25 minutes inside the truck stop, whether you're taking a shower, doing some shopping, using the restroom, and getting something to eat.
But now,
totally agree. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Some of the truck stops, though, like my wife is not a big fan of truck stops. Now, she likes Buc-ee's because it's clean and it's neat. But I know, for example, there's a truck stop between here and there that it's basically the same concept. It's got a lot of stuff in it, like you would see at a Love's truck stop or something like that. But it's dirty. I mean, that's all you can say. It's just dirty. The bathrooms aren't clean. The down between the aisles isn't clean. And there's a whole lot of truck stops out there like that.
I again, I don't disagree. I think the journey of change. So I just look around to say, where's the real estate that you could use most effectively that makes sense?
Yep.
That's one that makes sense, right?
So-
but to your point, my wife isn't going to go to the restroom in one of those necessarily either. She's a big fan of Buc-ee's because of that. So again, great marketing. But I'm going to tell you, I think the peer pressure associated with what Buc-ee's is doing, you can see it when you drive from Austin to Houston, live in Austin, drive to Houston quite often. You can see there's been an upgrade in all of the locations
Absolutely.
around there that's been driven by Buc-ee's.
Especially up there around 71 and Elgin.
Yeah. Do you see
Absolutely.
with the EVs and the charging station we talked about? Do you see the large transport, this big semi trucks going to an EV? I mean, they're out there with certain companies and certain manufacturers. Yeah. Do you see that being implemented at these stops?
So again, So I think you and I think we talked about this before, but I'll say it again. There's probably 10,000 inventions that have to be commercialized to be able to make ubiquitous charging for a full fleet of electric vehicles. I mean, 10,000 inventions. That's not just an invention, that's making it affordably as well. So back to your point on heavy truck, I have not seen the math, anybody's shown me the math, in which it makes sense for the energy density of today's battery to be able to be placed in in a cube that is worthwhile to put into a truck. The joke I've had with a few people in the industry at the senior level is that your only payload in a truck is going to be the battery. So that's kind of the only thing you're going to be able to carry in the truck is the battery. You're not going to carry any freight. Again, I'll give you personal experience on the F-150. Truck is beautiful. A Ford guy, I grew up there inside of Ford, so I love Ford. I love their vehicles. But I would tell you that when I added one more human and two bicycles to the back of that truck, my distance went from 312 miles to 180 miles, and I didn't drive once. It just recognized that.
The load.
To the point that you're making on heavy truck. If it's that kind of reduction when you add weight to something, which is clear, and you can read all the blogs on the trucks that are out there, they're not ready yet.
So
but it's not. So still not a bad. God, I'm sorry.
No, so you can see Lay's potato chips doing a good job with an EV truck, but not anybody else that's trying to haul 80,000 pounds worth of product.
Yeah, well, Lay's potato chips, I think, is owned by Pepsi, so you couldn't mix the truck with Pepsi products and Lay's potato chips. But to the point, I think that's real. The technology, that circle, that arc of technology development and commercialization has not reached the point in which these things are out there. So I'm going to go back to another one of my fundamental principles. I think that there's a misalignment between government regulation and what is being pushed onto automakers and the marketplace and technology readiness. And I don't believe that the government, as in the U.S. government, has aligned with industry to create an environment where CEOs like myself would make those big bets. Because the only thing I'm going to do if I'm going to try and electrify a vehicle with today's fundamental physics, it's not going to work. I'm going to lose money on it. It's not going to satisfy the customer. And the shareholders are going to be upset. But yet the government is pushing these kind of influences on the marketplace, and I don't agree with it.
Well, we just got through reading an entire list of vehicles, brand new EVs that are going to hit the market here in the next 18 months, and it's 50 of them. And that's just the list that Automotive News put together.
Yep.
And I cannot even imagine some of these startup companies being successful. There may be two or three outside of the general bunch of them that are out there now, but not the number that I'm reading today.
Without significant government stimulation in the market through tax reductions or
Incentives.
tax credits, or through investments.
Incentive tax credits, yes, I agree with you. Go ahead,
or through investments like, what federal government just gave Ford $9.5 billion to build a battery plant, and without federal tax money subventing the cost of production of all of these things, I just don't see it as viable. It's got to get to the point where it can be monetized at every level before people are going to be interested in owning an EV personally.
Well, what you just said about that for the EV, that's in the new contract.
Right.
So
The UAW contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that can be manipulated later on.
So think about a couple other things. How many electric bus companies have survived?
None.
None. Zero. They're all going through some sort of reorganization. And why is that? Because the technology isn't ready unless you're going to put a massive government subsidy on every vehicle, you're not ready for it, right? Ford's going to lose $4 billion on their EV projects this year. That's their reported number, not my estimate. So, the only guy that's out there making money, doing a great job is Tesla and BYD. Those are the two companies, in my opinion, to watch, is BYD and Tesla. BYD, arguably, I made a speech in China about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was in Shanghai. It must have been 500 people in the room. And I made the statement that the Chinese will lead the world in EV development and commercialization, not for any other reason other than the fact that the Chinese population has never driven a vehicle before, so they don't know what range anxiety is all about. And so that's what they're used to. So everybody will grow up with EVs because you're going from an ox cart to an electric vehicle. That's an easy trade-off for consumers in China. The United States, we have a much more discriminating taste, right? I want to go 400 miles on a tank of gas and take 15 minutes and refuel and move on. And I would tell you that in driving my electric vehicle, I get range anxiety as soon as I unplug and get on the road.
We're right with you.
I'm literally watching that thing go down because of the pain in the neck it is to get the darn thing charged.
That's distracted driving.
Well, it is, but I mean, it's on several different levels.
Yeah,
especially when your wife's sitting next to you and she's not mechanically inclined, and so these things are a giant mystery to her, other than the fact that counter is going down, and we just had to sit in a rest area with no services for an hour and a half to get your vehicle charged.
And she's very aware of that.
She's the GPS.
And a Ford Lightning's too heavy for your wife to push.
Yes, and my wife is Korean, and my wife is very direct about these things, and I'm usually the one on the other side of that directness.
You're the catch-all.
Bill, we could have you on for the entire show, all 3 hours of it.
There
so
you go.
we're going to have to
I
schedule
enjoy
that.
the hell out of you guys. You guys are great. I love your insights.
Well, thanks, and we appreciate you. But I want to get back with you maybe next week or the week after, where we could talk more about the truck stops, because I think that you have something there that is viable, and the truck stop companies need to
evolve.
Yeah, they need to evolve and clean up their act.
Listen, I completely agree. I think the roadside in general has got to clean up. You're going to have people spending more time on the side of the road. You need to be able to have those things. You need to make the necessary easy. It needs to be pleasant. Otherwise, new encumbrance, Buc-ee's is going to come at the truck stop level.
Yep.
Just bank on it. The entrepreneur, those guys in general, they'll go build truck stops to just do that and show everybody how to do it right. So, gentlemen, appreciate it. The only other thing I'd like to leave you with is read our article in Auto Week about us entering the auto dealer space. Anytime you'd like to talk about that, I'd love to talk about that too.
We shall
Next
time we talk to you.
Yeah.
Bill, again, thanks so much. Great to talk to you. CEO of Bliss. We'll talk to you soon.
eBliss.global.
eBliss.global. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, time now here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. For the car review, Mr. Mars has the Kia Kona.
Yeah, I found this vehicle to be very interesting. So this is a 2023 Kia. What did I tell you? Kona?
No, NIRO SX Touring.
Did I tell you Kona?
Doodah.
Oh, my God. Mars, did you do this again?
I don't know. Did I? I did.
Hey, while you're looking
it says
for that,
right there. It says Kona on it. Okay, my bad. We're not talking about the Kona. We're going to talk about the 2023 Kia NIRO.
My God.
PHEV SX Touring.
Mars?
Now,
Mars?
no. I got work to do here. Leave me alone.
LMNOP.
So this is a compact crossover available in 5 trim levels: LX, EX, EX Touring, SX, and SX Touring. Now,
The other one's got
this
6.
vehicle is available in 3 different electrified power plants. You can get a hybrid, you can get a plug-in hybrid, or you can get an all-electric in one of these trim levels. And mine is the plug-in hybrid is the one that we had. Again, we're talking about a compact crossover. The styling on this vehicle follows along the lines of the EV6. It's just a little bit larger. It's black C-pillar trim on it that comes up onto the back C-pillar that's really kind of
Unique.
one of those things. Unique is a good way to put it. Either you like it or you kind of don't like it so much. Of course, it comes with LED lighting. The headlights, fog lights, tail lights are all out there. Up front, you're going to find rain-sensing wipers. Got power folding side mirrors. Got the smart power liftgate on it. Got a power sunroof, and it comes with 16-inch wheels standard, but we happen to be on 18-inch alloy wheels because we were in the SX Touring model, so it's top of the line. We also, when you get into the inside, we're going to find that we've got the Syntex seating surfaces. The front seats are heated. The second row outboard seats are heated, so we got heated in the second row. The drivers, for the center stack, it's standard with an 8-inch monitor on it. We had the 10.25-inch touchscreen where you're going to find your nav and your convenience controls. And the driver has a 10.25-inch driver screen where he's going to find all his controls that we used to call a gauge package. It also has a very good Harman Kardon audio system in it. And it has some other pretty good technology. It has 5 USB ports, has a wireless charging, but it does not have a wireless connection. You have to plug it in to use your CarPlay or Android.
Bluetooth.
It doesn't. That connection doesn't make it. It's kind of weird not to have that with everything else that it's got.
What the heck?
So up under the hood, it had a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor. Produces 139 combined horsepower. It's backed by a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. Now the EPA says on the EV and the gas combination, you're looking at 108 miles to, I guess, what the equivalent of a gallon of gas, or 48 miles to gallon gas only in the combined. Now, I drove this vehicle 405.6 miles, and I got 40.2 average just off the fuel across there, and I thought it was great. I put some gas in it before I sent it back to the press fleet, and I was amazed at what 5 gallons of gas would do to the range on that thing. I like this vehicle. It's got very quiet in the urban driving situations. Out on the highway, it's got a little bit of road noise, but crank up the Harman Kardon and you don't even notice it. And so I would say it's more of an urban type vehicle, more inside the city than out on the highway. It does come, I wanted to note, with the 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, includes the EV components. Base trim price on the base model of this is $26,590. Now, the base trim price for the SX Touring that we were driving is $39,490. Our as-tested price, $41,635 for that vehicle. Now, if you're looking to compare it to, it kind of, because of the sizing, it's a little bit, but you can look at the Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid for $27,970 start. The Honda CR-V has a hybrid starting at $32,400, and even get into a Toyota Prius for $27,450. And that, gentlemen, as again, I said, I like driving that car around town. I thought it was pretty good. And that is my review of the 2023 NIRO PHEV SX Touring.
Spell Nero.
Doo-dah.
N-I-R-O.
K-O-N-A.
N-I-O. I'm ignoring what you're saying.
Nero. N-I-R-O-P-H-V.
N-I-R-O. P-H-E-V.
P-H-E-V. What?
SX Touring.
SX Touring.
Hey, real quick. Lifelong friend of mine lives in Castle Rock, Colorado. Listening to the show, he is driving up to the mountains to Glenwood Springs. He spent 3 days in the mountains looking at all the lovely, lush changes of colors. Todd Sheldon, degree.
Okay.
Just saying that.
Time now for the events calendar, Conrad.
So we talked earlier about the All British Car Show at the Butler House off of Gosling Road. That's next week, Friday. Next weekend it starts at 9 p.m. Friday, October 20th is the 38th annual Wolf Creek Car and Truck and Bikes Show in Cold Spring. On 11/4, the 4th annual Memorial Benefit Taps and Turbos Car Show. at No Label Brewing in Katy. The Northside Car Club is having their fall open car show November 4th at Bull Salas Park in New Caney, Texas. October 28th is the Turbo Fest at Karam Shriners in Waco, Texas. And then this weekend, next weekend, they're having the annual Heroes and Hot Rod Veterans Day weekend show in downtown Bastrop. Great show. Go.
That's the NIRO PHEV, not the Kona.
Too much Maui Wowie.
or like the vehicle that I just turned in, I don't remember what it was, but I remember that
it was a
made
Hornet.
such an impression on you.
It was the Hornet. But the color of it was Acapulco Gold.
Yeah.
You remember Acapulco Gold?
Yep.
He's still coming down off it.
Yeah, exactly. From the 1960s. All right. I want to remind you that this program is available 24/7 on iHeartRadio. Just search In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. 30-minute podcasts at your fingertips. And over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggie Land? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance is proud to be a part of America's largest block party. It's the 27th annual Cruising the Coast, October 1st through the 8th. Great antique, classic, hot rod, and dragsters all along a 30-mile stretch of beach. Bay St. Louis, Biloxi, Gulfport, Ocean Springs, Pascagoula, and more. Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance will be on site October 5th through the 8th at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, manning the Chevrolet trailer displays. Come see us for additional information at cruisingthecoast.com. Biggest race in the country. Also, Rogers Dab Chevrolet GM Performance is proud to be a part of the 10th annual Lone Star 600 at Devil's Bowl Speedway in Mesquite. October 6 and 7, $25,000 to win. Any car can race and is locked into the race. 300 laps, both nights, 7 o'clock start times. Racers from all around the U.S. and beyond. Additional information at LoneStar600.com. Rogers Dab Chevrolet and GM Performance.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.